Alright, hey everybody, Fuller here, 9600, and today I'm going to be post-commentating a couple of clips of me using a pretty interesting loadout that I've seen a lot of different kinds of variations of, but it basically just revolves around the backscatter and getting as many different kinds of crits as possible. So what I think I used, I know for a fact I used the backscatter and the criticola, and I think my melee was the Fan of War. So it came, yeah, it was the Fan of War. So this allowed for some really interesting situations, especially if you can aim very well as Scout. And I know this video isn't exactly riding off the coattails of the new hype update, considering like they already released new crates by the time that it took me to not only like record this and edit this and like have it sit on my hard drive for a couple days and marinate. I don't know why, but you know, school and stuff makes uploading a bit more difficult. So I had a lot of fun using this loadout personally. And if you like playing Scout, I really recommend you try and get some of these weapons and give this a shot. Even though that I think the critical has been nerfed, I'm unsure of what its original effects even really were. But I don't know if the critical ever gave, like, yeah, right there, ever actually gave crits. Like full crits, or if it was always mini crits. But what I was laughing about right there is the backscatter gives you a lot of opportunities to kind of like reject your opponents in a way, because while I was messing around with this, I accidentally didn't record a couple of really good lives that I had, and a lot of the kills that I got were people lower on health trying to retreat back into spawn and getting shot as they were already in spawn. So that can be really discouraging, and the potential for this weapon as far as damage goes when you use something like the backscatter and the critical together is absolutely ridiculous. Obviously the max amount of damage you could do with a weapon like that would be like Fan of War. Well, do mini crits stack? I mean, if mini crits stack, then that's the most you could do, but otherwise, I mean, I guess it wouldn't matter all that much. But what I'm trying to say is, like, I don't know how you would really go about doing this. I assume like you would drink the criticola and then hit someone with the Fan of War, and then very quickly try to shoot them with the backscatter in the back, because obviously, or I don't know if that's obvious or not. I don't think I did that when I was recording this. Probably not. So it's, I don't know. For me, watching a video that's so old, like so much stuff has changed in TF2 for me now. Not like actually dynamically, because there have been no new updates, but like I got a different kind of HUD. I don't have a max to severed head anymore. I never owned that criticola. That may confuse people. Thanks to my friend Sean on Steam and in Team Fortress. I'm not really sure how to classify him. He has a YouTube channel too. I watch videos there a lot. You should too. So thanks to him. If I remember, his channel will definitely be in the description. So one of the things I kind of wanted to talk about in this video was how I'm not sure how much more guerrilla warfare they can add to Team Fortress 2, because I know stock is always going to be the best, and I can't really argue that the game's whole dynamic is going to eventually change by slowly turning all the classes into spies. And that's kind of the point that I'm getting at here, is that like a lot of these weapons for different classes kind of in some way turn the classes into spies, because the spy's dynamic is that he's kind of a glass cannon. Oh, did it? Okay. Sorry, it just like stopped for a second. This. Okay, it keeps stopping for some reason. Sorry. The spy's dynamic is that he's kind of a glass cannon that does lots of, or has the potential to do lots of damage, and it's really kind of fun to play spy because of that, because of how much potential damage and harm he can do to the other team, since he's a really good counter for most classes, except it just keeps freezing. I don't understand what's wrong with this program right now. Anyway, I'm not sure how much more they're going to get like this, and it's not just the backscatter that makes me think this. Like Pyro and the backburner, for example, doing crits from behind is a really... Some of the other things, like the Tomislav for heavy, the wind up being silent so that you can sneak up on your enemies a bit more. The airstrike and base jumper combo, you could argue, because you can jump over someone and be almost invisible over top of them, especially if they're not looking up and not expecting a base jumper airstrike soldier. Let's see what else. I guess you could always argue medic, but I don't think he has any specific, like, any weapons like that. I'm not sure. You could argue combat medic in a way, but I don't think the quick fix is good enough. Like, there's nothing that specifically says, like, get behind them. And then the tie turner for demo is another pretty good example, in my opinion, is, like, you can charge from anywhere with that weapon, and they would have never seen you coming and almost guaranteed get a critical hit on your enemy. It's absolutely ridiculous, and I hope they never change the tie turner. The only thing I could really hope that I was really expecting them to fix by now after the tie turner was added, and it didn't get fixed. And that was now that the tie turner's mechanic is actually installed into the game, why they don't apply that to things like Alibaba's Wee Booties and the bootlegger, since that's what those two items have been promising this whole time. So I guess this wasn't a video about the tie turner, and it kind of ended in a weird place. But thank you all for watching. I'm sorry about the delay of this video, if you guys care. So yeah. I never really know how to end videos. Like, I've been doing this for a while, and just that death right there, such bullshit, made me so mad because I forgot I put that in there.